Welcome to 3 Acts of Goodness Stories. Today we are going to tell a story taken from the 100 Parables. Let's begin our story. Today's title is Who's the Dummy? One hot, dry summer, there was no water in the red forest, and all of the animals were dying of thirst. The spotted leopard suggested that they all move to the green forest, where there was plenty of water. It is 50 kilometers to the green forest, he said. We could get there in about 5 days. When the monkey heard this, he shook his head and said, I won't go. We'll be exhausted after walking 50 kilometers. The raccoon covered his ears and said, It is better to die of thirst than to die of exhaustion. I am also staying here. The kangaroo held his belly and said, Say what you will. There is no way that I can hop for 5 days. The turtle also tucked in his feet and said, If they can't make it, then how on earth will I? Unable to persuade the other animals, the leopard went to ask the curly-maned lion for advice. The lion said, You can probably get to the green forest in 3 days. Then you can drink the cool river water. The leopard ran back to tell everyone the good news. The raccoon thought for a moment and said, 3 days is far easier than 5. I'll go. The kangaroo agreed. A 3-day hop is no problem, especially with my friend the raccoon to keep me company. I will go too. The turtle pointed to the kangaroo's pocket and said, If you can carry me part of the way in your pocket, then I will come along as well. Only the monkey was not convinced. You fools, he said. The road is just as long whether you call it a 5-day trip or a 3-day trip. But the other animals just ignored him and headed off for the green forest. In the end, the journey really did take 5 days, yet all of the animals were still in good spirits and not a bit tired. Meanwhile, the monkey was still in the red forest, weak from heat and exhaustion. As he lay on the ground, unable to move, he thought to himself, Perhaps I'm the dummy after all. What did we learn from today's story? In the same way, there are people who begin practicing the correct doctrine of the Buddha to pass over the 5 destinies and reach nirvana, but give up from fatigue on the way. Though wishing to be free of the cycle of rebirth, they are unable to proceed further. Out of expedience, the Buddha called the vehicle of salvation by 3 names. Those who follow the lesser vehicle are gladdened in the thought that the way is easier to follow, and continue practicing goodness and virtue to transcend the cycle of rebirth. When they are later told that there is in fact only one way to salvation, they continue to have faith in the words of Buddha, like the villagers in the story above.
Hope you liked today's stories. See you back here next Saturday night at 9 p.m. for our new episode of 3 Acts of Goodness Stories. Good night, sweet dreams.
下个星期六晚上9点，记得再次收听三好新故事。下次见。